The men convicted of one of the most heinous crimes against the Roman Catholic Church in St. Lucia have received life sentences. It was in 2000 that two men set fire to churchgoers as they gathered for praise and worship on New Year's Eve. Alison Kentish now with this.
A High Court judge has ruled that Kim John and Francis Phillip should spend the rest of their lives behind bars. The two have been convicted of what has been described as the most brutal crime in Catholic Church history in St. Lucia. On the night that brings out the largest congregation, New Year's Eve, they doused worshippers with gas and set them alight and bludgeoned a nun. A priest died from his burns and many churchgoers suffered both physical and emotional trauma. Attorney ALFRED represents Francis Phillip.
The sentencing of life imprisonment reflects the fact that the defendants have shown no remorse and the constant statement by both defendants that if given an opportunity they'll repeat the same thing, because the whole idea of sentencing is, apart from everything else, you need to protect society against individuals who are going to be incarcerated.
An Irish nun, Sister Theresa Egan, was one of those killed in the attack.
I know I have carried this feeling for all St. Lucians, not just the Catholic Church. So my wish is that in God's good time, the young men will come to have a change of heart.
JOYCE AUGUISTE was at church on the fateful night and says at long last, those who lived through this nightmare can find some closure.
I'm satisfied for the time being, because after how many years it has to be reviewed. So I do hope for the final analysis of it, justice will be served.
The two men have spent 14 years in jail, during which a retrial was held. The massacre at the minor Basilica of the Immaculate Conception has remained in the minds of worshippers all this time. They say finally, justice is being served. Alison Kentish, teleSUR, St. Lucia.